paragraph 168 and you deal with that in paragraphs 168 and 169. If I can ask you to please deal with those two paragraphs.
168, Mr. Mkhunu, or Minister Mkhunu, raised the alarm on the matter of the health risk manager contract at a meeting, and then we subsequently held a meeting on the 24th of December 2024, and the follow-up meeting was held on 3 February 2025. Concerns were raised regarding the health risk manager contract with Medicare 24 Tshwane district, a contract for medical examination for new SAPS members. Without these exams, new appointments were affected. In the meeting, reports of general non-performance were raised. Minister Mkhunu instructed that we look into the contract. During that process, we discovered corruption, fraud, and a failure of delivery of service, resulting in the cancellation of the contract on 13th of May 2025.
But is that not positive action on the part of the minister?
Was it?
Is that not positive action on the part of the minister?
No, it is indeed a positive step on his part. Correct.
Please proceed to 169.
On a conspectus of the facts that have now been revealed, I wonder whether at the time of triggering this investigation, the minister was aware that Brown Mokhosi and Ket Matlala were associates, and that if he did, would he have triggered this alarm? But
yes,
nevertheless,
so the investigation
triggered the investigation. But nevertheless, we thank him for doing that.
Can I ask you maybe to explain that paragraph 169? What point are you trying to convey there to the commission? When you say on the conspectus of all the facts?
Yeah.
Or is it something that you prefer to comment upon after dealing with what follows thereafter?
Maybe we can deal with it later. I think so.
Yes, if I can just ask you just to remember, we will need to come back to that so that we place that aspect of your statement in context. Then the next person of interest that you deal with is Lieutenant General Sibiya. If I can ask you to proceed from paragraph 170.
Lieutenant General Sibiya was appointed as a Deputy National Commissioner of Crime Detection in June 2023. And upon Lieutenant General Sibiya's appointment, 3 points of contention surfaced almost immediately, signaling deeper complexities in the operational landscape. The first arose from Sibiya's strong desire to assume control over the cold case unit, a unit that has always reported to the Office of the National Commissioner. And this was unusual, as the cold case unit typically manage investigations into unresolved matters that have previously been investigated by units under his command.
Can I please ask you to explain that? What do you mean? Like, which of the two offices first interacts with the matters, and where do those matters end up?
What I mean here is that he wants the cold case unit. Cold case unit, I'm sure it will be known to most South Africans, because it's the unit that is investigating the case of Senzo Meyiwa, the soccer player. So what then here I'm saying is that general detectives in general, they report to divisional commissioner detectives and they report to General Sibiya. So the cold case unit only deal with cases that could not be resolved in that sphere of investigation. That's where then the cold case units, they will choose such cases and do investigation. So
it would have gone past General Sibiya's area of operation and could not be resolved.
That is correct, yes.
Then it would get escalated to your office.
To yes, the cold case unit.
So what you say you found strange is the fact that he wants that unit to reside within his portfolio of operation.
Yes, he wants that unit to come to his portfolio. I don't deny it. Maybe on the substructure, it's possible that the unit might be linked to him. But for reasons that the cold case units deal with work that you can say where the general detectives or the detectives have failed to unearth or resolve cases, then the cold case unit has been reporting directly to the National Commissioner, since the previous National Commissioner and currently myself. And as the National Commissioner, I counseled him that the vast complexity of crime detection necessitated his focus elsewhere. The cold case unit's specialized mandate does not require his direct involvement, given the expansive responsibilities already entrusted to his command. Actually, I did explain to him that you were just being appointed. You have this elephant that you must deal with. So you can't be looking for a piece of hair from the tail of the elephant. Deal with your elephant. Once I'm convinced that you can deal with it, maybe I can then consider giving you this small unit that is there.
Yes, from the elephant, if you can then move to paragraph 172.
The second point of contention centered on General Sibiya's insistence that Lieutenant General Dumisani Khumalo, as Divisional Commissioner for Crime Intelligence, should not retain dockets for investigation, specifically the counterintelligence investigations. Lieutenant General Sibiya advocated for the sensitive docket to be removed from crime intelligence and reassigned to detectives. Again, I advise Lieutenant General Sibiya that his attention should remain on the considerable and demanding portfolio for which he is now responsible, but rather than seeking to restructure units that serve critical, well-established functions within our operational architecture.
All right, that is